I feel like Honey definitely in terms of like the sonics set the tone for the entire EP. Each song has I write on guitar like 99% of the time, so all of the songs have some sort of chord progression as a very like core element to the sound. Um, and I don't know, I feel like I just wanted all the songs to be like very um universally listenable, if that even makes sense. Like I wanted, oh my God, there are two men like fighting outside right now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We're here for a special edition of In the Cut with Charlie Houston.
Hey. I didn't know if I was supposed to say. Hi, thank you for having me.
It's all good, it's all good. I liked that when we got on the Zoom call, it said Charlotte Houston. I was like, oh, formal, I like this. Like a
Yeah,
little,
that is my birth name, I guess, but Charlie just sounded more like, I don't know, interesting.
no, for sure, for sure. Charlie's definitely more young and hip, but
Oh,
I like Charlotte as well. I got two questions for you off the top. First of
okay.
all, does anyone actually call you Young Flame?
The only person that actually calls me Young Flame is my producer Chris. And he was the one that gave me that nickname because I have this weird habit whenever we're recording. I always want to rap, even though I can't rap and I have no actual desire to be a rapper. But whenever we're recording verses, I just like to like throw in some weird stuff just because I don't know, for fun. And so then he nicknamed me because he is a rapper, like he produces his own rap music, and so he gave me the rap name Young Flame, and it just became like a running joke. So
Oh my
if
God,
you want to call me Young Flame though, that's totally fine.
no, you're Young Flame to me because it's crazy you said that. I have a next question like later on, not to ask you about like rapping, because some of your songs, I'm like, I feel like you're a rapper on the lows. And then I saw we were talking about you like mumbling, melodies and getting together like that. So I was like, I feel like there's some rapper energy there. So I'm like, I'm not losing it. I definitely could tell.
Yeah.
And then the second one is blazers. I see you wearing a lot of blazers. Are blazers like your like favorite shoes, like high cut, low cut? I see you wearing a lot of blazers.
Um, that's actually, I mean, I've wanted a pair of Nike Blazers for like several years now, and I only actually bought them this past summer. And so, but I've been wearing
Congratulations.
them like religiously, and I wore them in my "Bitches in the Bathroom" music video because I was like, this is how I want to present myself. So great shoe. If Nike wants to sponsor me, I would not be against it. So
Nike, cut the check, please. Cut the check, please.
yeah.
Nah, I rock with blazers too, so I was like, okay, that's a good sign right there. Now, when people usually start singing and learning how to like sing and learning their voice, they usually copy someone's voice. Who were you copying when you start singing?
Um, it's weird because I feel like anytime I've done, not that I do like a lot of interviews, but anytime I've done an interview, I feel like I get asked that question, like, what's your inspiration or who do you sort of like draw from and stuff. And there definitely are artists now that I find like contemporary artists that when I'm making music, I think of like people like Dominic Fike and Frank Ocean and Deb Never. But when I first started singing, I feel like I never really covered songs. I just automatically was more drawn to making my own. I don't know why. Um, and so I only really started realizing like influences when I actually got more into it in a way. Um, so I don't really know how to answer that question, to be honest.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Well, I asked that because a couple of songs you have where you have a tone that it's like I've heard you people compare you to Charlotte Day Wilson and things like that. but I feel like, and she's fire, so that's obviously big
Yeah.
gas. But I feel like your tone is very unique to you, and I can't really explain what it is. So I wanted to actually figure out if there was someone you got that from. But if the answer is no, that's perfect because I couldn't think of who it was either. So that
Yeah,
makes
I
a
mean,
lot of sense to me.
I don't know. Tone is a weird thing because I feel like you can't like really change it that
Mhm.
much. Um, so yeah.
You said that spring is a season that doesn't know what it wants to be yet. And ever since you said that, I've been down on spring. I almost wish I never heard that because I was cool on spring before. And since you said that, yeah, spring is like,
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to convert people. It's honestly just a personal opinion that I really don't like it as a season. And the weather and what I'm wearing, for some odd reason, those two factors like highly dictate my mood for the day. And so springtime, I'm just like not like when people say, "Oh, I hate winter because it's cold and dark." Like I thrive in winter. I love winter. My entire closet is sweaters. I love snow. Like I also like obviously grew up in Canada playing hockey and stuff, so I feel like it fits. But spring for me is just like sometimes it. I also really hate rain, and it rains a lot in spring, and so it's like damp and wet. Maybe it's warm, maybe it's cold. You don't really know, and so it's just like it doesn't know what it wants.
yeah. And it's like you having to wear two different fits in one day is like
Exactly.
that's not cool. Like I think about last spring when I had to like have like a jacket in my car at all times. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is like it's not necessary. So I'm with you. Spring's overrated.
Yes. Boycott spring 2021.
Let's cancel spring. Let's get spring canceled and let spring never come back. My favorite song from you. Actually, can you guess my favorite song from you is? I wonder what would you guess my favorite song from you is?
I have no, I mean, I'm gonna say things.
Okay, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. It's Honey. Honey's my favorite song from you.
Oh my God, Kate, that is so nice because I feel like I said things just because that's like my most popular song, I would say. So it's like that's a safe bet. But you are like if you've listened to the whole project, like Honey and Adore, definitely they don't. I think they deserve a bit of a bit of like love and stuff. So that's my mom's favorite song off my EP. So
She sounds like a very smart woman.
it's the first one I wrote for it, so it's definitely special.
Oh, for real? Okay, I wanted to ask about that song because obviously you get like emotional and you talk about yourself on all the songs, but Honey was the one where I was like, I really felt that. So talk about that being the first song that you wrote and like how that set the tone for the rest of the project.
I feel like Honey definitely in terms of like the sonics set the tone for the entire EP. Each song has I write on guitar like 99% of the time, so all of the songs have some sort of chord progression as a very like core element to the sound. Um, and I don't know, I feel like I just wanted all the songs to be like very um universally listenable, if that even makes sense. Like I wanted, oh my God, there are two men like fighting outside right now. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, I
Is it like a real fist fight?
I don't know. Like, yeah, or well, it was gonna get there. Okay, it doesn't matter. They'll work it out. Um, but what I was saying was in terms of the sound, like I wanted all of the songs to like I wasn't I feel like I wasn't targeting a specific like, oh, I want young people to like it. I was like, I want my parents' generation to like it. I want like I just want it to be songs that like parents and kids could listen to together and be like, yeah, this is cool. And so that I feel like definitely like came out of Honey just because I feel like Honey is very much like a like genre. It doesn't really have a genre. It's just like out there, being nice to listen to. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird because Honey was actually is the only song on the EP that isn't really about a personal experience necessarily. Like there's a story behind it. Obviously, it's like um, the concept was like a summer romance, like when you're kids and then you grow up, and it's just sort of like very nostalgic vibes, which is I feel like also true with the entire EP. The sound to me is very nostalgic. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Honey was just sort of it just happened really like randomly.
Honey's my favorite for sure. And when I saw that it had the least amount of streams of all the songs on the album, I was like, what in the world is going on in the world? Like,
Yeah. Well, it's
I
because playlisting with like that is where your streams come from. So it's like it's hard because you see like so many streams, but you're like some of these playlists I wouldn't even listen to, and so it's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah, no, it's really it is kind of weird. Is Honey part of your set that you do live?
Um, as of right now, no. But I also am only playing my first like show ever on Monday, and it that set is definitely it changed 20 minutes ago when I was on the train. So um yeah, I need to like get a feel for what I enjoy playing live and kind of figure that out first. But I definitely at some point 100% will play Honey live.
Okay.
It's great.
I'm putting in my 2 cents for all future sets to have Honey be a part of it, so we
Okay,
can have a
I'll take that
spiritual
into account.
experience.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You had this thing on calls in the second verse where you said, charge it in my room. Okay, I'm done. All the sleep instead. Empty jewel pods. Uber Eats in bed. And I was like, yo, I'm not a jeweler, but I know what that life is like. Talk to me about that.
Um yeah, I mean I this is very funny because my dad is sitting next to me.
I know. I was like,
But like this is like a past life, so I think it's fine. I mean, yeah, when I initially went to school in New York, like I went to NYU for the beginning of my undergrad. And everyone there, that was like, especially in the States, I feel like it was kind of like a global thing, but vaping among, you know, young adults and teenagers was obviously he left. Becoming very it was a huge thing that everyone was doing. And so as I'm really bad with like peer pressure and stuff, I just like give in like 99% of the time. So I had a quite strong vaping addiction. I also have asthma, so I was like, this is not okay. Um, and so yeah, I when I was living in New York is when it got really bad because for whatever reason, I was also in a music program in New York, so it's like vaping and music, it just like it goes together weirdly. Um, and so yeah, highly addicted to vaping, and it was just like the people that I was seeing like romantically, they also vaped, and then like part of what calls is about is like one of those people, and we would vape together, and so it's like um it was just vaping and juuling and stuff is just very much like a symbol of that part of my life, which is really like I hate saying that because like what, but yeah, I have quit now though, so yes.
yeah. When I saw that line and you said vaping is like from that part of your life, that there's a part of my life where I think of too. So that's literally what I thought of it, and I was like, three people specifically came to mind when I
Yeah.
saw the line, juuling in bed and Uber Eats in bed. I was like, yeah, I know exactly what this is.
Mhm.
Things you have there's a lot of things. Things is like just a crazy song to me. And that whole first verse and pre-chorus talking about I hated smoking because it burns my lungs. I tried it because you liked it. Like that one hit me because like trying things because someone you likes it is like in the moment it makes so much sense. You're like, of course, like if we're gonna be together, I gotta try it. And then like once you're out of that and you look back, you feel like a crazy person. So tell
Yeah.
me about that.
Well, that is where my vaping addiction came from. Like I started because like people that I was seeing and people that I had crushes on were vaping. And so um I mean that it was a combination of, just like being around things is a combination of like doing like the concept of doing things in order to get the attention of your crush, being like we have this shared interest, so like you should like me. But then also just like unfortunately happening to surround yourself with people that have bad habits that then you pick up on, and you don't even like you're incapable of realizing that they're bad because you're more focused on the fact that you have a crush on them and you want that to work out, so you like kind of just let those habits in and just like do the things because you like want to be with them. And so yeah, it's weird how like unaware you can be when you're sort of in a mindset of having feelings for someone.
Yeah, I was really about to say that. Like when you think someone's cool, like anything makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like you're thinking about the vaping and hanging out with people that vape. It's like you could think someone's cool, and like the thing that you normally wouldn't like, you're like, they're so cool. Like if they do it, then it has to be okay, you know?
Yeah,
And it,
it can't be that bad.
right? And it's like, this it's just crazy that power because like most of the time, at least for me, they're not making me do it. It's not like one of those. It's like I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, this is gonna work. Like I'll just do this. They'll like
Yeah.
me. We're gonna have this in common. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy place to be. And happy that that's a past thing because crazy, crazy place to be.
Yeah, definitely.
This one we talked about a little bit before. The top 5 people in your life. They say the top 5 people in your life help you be who you are, help you feel like yourself. So your top 5 can be a 2 or it can be a 10. But who are the people in your life who help you feel like yourself?
What do you mean be a 2 or a 10?
Like it doesn't have to be 5 people. It can just be 2 people or it can be 10
Oh, I
people.
get what you're saying. I mean, fuck, it's hard. Okay, the first one I'm gonna say is my producer, Chris, is like has become a very important person in my life, not just like in terms of music, but just like as a friend. Um, he like I owe a ungodly amount of things to that man, and he's like helped me in so many ways. Um, so him, and then
Tough.
it's hard. I mean, I want to say my entire like my family as a unit as one thing,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because like every member, like I've been very lucky to have a very supportive, and like 99% of the time loving family experience. So my dad was like the one that got me into music and stuff. And my family's just always been supportive of like whatever I, not just like with music, but with my schooling, like my sexuality, like everything. Like there's never, my family feels like a very safe space to be like whatever I want to be. So my family as a unit. And then I feel like I need to leave it there because then it's like, yeah, I feel like I need to not, I can't think of anyone else that I'm like, yeah.
That's a solid group right there. I wish we could somehow make the face of you thinking about someone else, but like thumbnail for this video, because it looks like you're about to explode. That would just be absolutely hilarious.
I mean, do it. You have my full permission. That's totally fine.
Okay, say no more. Say no more. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. When people get a lot of money, we see they buy exotic animals. It seems like $100 million is what you got to do. Mike Tyson with his tiger, Justin
Yeah.
Bieber with his monkey, Michael Jackson with his monkey. So when you get to $100 million, what are you going to be doing with it?
I think, okay, this is totally not the answer that I feel like you're looking for. But I'm taking a class right now on the philosophy of animal. I would use the money to release all zoo animals.
I like that answer. I like that. When you said it's not the answer I was looking for, I was like, perfect. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and if like a rhinoceros or something wants to come and chill with me to like thank me, that's totally fine. But like release all like wild animals that have been domesticated in zoos.
I like that. I like that answer. I thought of Joe Exotic as you're answering this question, and I thought that no one has used their answer to talk about freeing animals yet, and you basically took it right there. I feel like I wonder if 100 million is enough to do that. That's the real question. How much does that cost? It should be enough, right? How much does it cost to free animals? Shouldn't that be free? But
yeah,
I hope so. I hope so. That's a good answer right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, this is the last one. We always ask our guests to leave us with some words of wisdom. We do a segment called Wednesday Wisdom on the radio show, hosted by Brandon Gibbs. And we ask for a little motivational quote or saying that either you tell your friends, your family, or you tell yourself to keep you going when you're feeling a little bit low.
I feel like this is like super not cliche, but like I feel like it's just something that it's not even like a quote or a saying, but like I have really bad anxiety, and me and my entire family have this like really really bad tendency of overthinking. And so I feel like anytime I'm sort of down or like worrying about something or mad, I just like automatically will be like, don't overthink it. So I feel like I wish it was more interesting, but that is just what came to mind. So
Don't overthink it is helpful. That's like that's way more helpful than you realize. So I think that's a beautiful gem right there. Especially like myself, sometimes I'll be thinking so ahead, and
yeah,
I'm eight steps ahead of what hasn't even happened yet. Like,
yeah. And then that it like makes it hard for you to actually enjoy what you're doing right now. So like it's just like not good.
yeah, no, 100%. Don't overthink it is a great one right there. Now, before we get out of here, tell the people about school night. It's going down this Monday.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited. So tell the people
Are
about
you
school
going?
night. I'm definitely gonna be there.
Oh my God, sick. I mean, yeah, like as in what it is, or like what?
What it is and what to expect from your performance.
Um, I feel like I'm not the right person to explain what it is. It's like an organization that like put together nights of music to feature emerging artists. It's literally like the dopest idea ever. And so Toronto has one now. I think they've had it for like a year or so. And so Monday, the Velvet Underground, I will be there playing. It's an all-female lineup also, which is sick. And yeah, I'm gonna play a little show. Might do something crazy. I don't know. Um, I've never done it before, so it may or may not be terrible. But at the end of the day, don't overthink it. Yeah. If all
Like
else fails, I'll just have a lot of beers and then I'll be fine.
I like how you tie that all in. At the end of the day, don't overthink it. I've never done this, but I think I'm gonna change how we're gonna end the show. Usually, I end the show saying "Know yourself, know your worth," but today we're gonna end the show with "Don't overthink it." So I think that this is probably the perfect one to replace with. Again, thank you for joining us. It's honestly been, it's been an absolute pleasure. Getting to see the city as you drove through was very cool as well. We haven't had that before, so appreciate that. Tell your pops we say thank you.
Okay.
For his absolutely safe driving. If you've made it to the end of the podcast, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Leave us a rating and a review, 5 stars, not a single star less. Follow us on Instagram at The Cool Table Live and YouTube at The Cool Table Live. And until next time, don't overthink it.